Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, like this video and press the bell icon. Every website needs a contact form, as it's one of the most important ways for users to reach out to website owners. Whether for support, inquiries, or feedback, having a contact form enhances communication and builds trust. In this video, I'll be showing you how to create a contact form in Laravel and send emails using Gmail. It is important to learn this because sending emails from your web application is essential for notifications, user communications, and more. We will also learn how to send emails in the background using Laravel Queue, which is crucial for handling large volumes of emails efficiently. Before we proceed, let me show you a quick demo of the contact form in action. If we enter the name, email, and message, and click the send button, the user will see a flash message, "Message sent successfully," and the email will be sent in the background using Laravel Queue. If you check the jobs table, you will see queue details such as the name of the queue, payload, attempts, reserved at, available at, etc. After 7 to 8 seconds, the data will be cleared, as the email is sent in the background using queue. Here you can see the status of the job changes from running to done after 8 seconds. If you check the messages table, you will see all the messages that we have sent, as we are also storing the messages in the database. Here is the email address we will be using to send the emails, and you can see the email we have sent in the Sent Emails folder. Here is the email address where we will be receiving the email sent using the contact form, and you can see the email we sent in the inbox. Finally, if you navigate to the messages route, you will see all the messages in the table. Now that you've seen the demo of our contact form in action, let's get right into building the project. Navigate to the Laravel documentation. I will be using the Composer Create Project command to install Laravel. If you have the Laravel installer installed, you can also use the Laravel new command to create a new Laravel project. Click here to copy the command, go to the directory where you want to install Laravel 11. Right-click and select Open in Terminal. Paste the command which you have copied, replace example app with your project name and press Enter to install Laravel. It will take some time to download, depending on your internet connection. So wait for the download to get completed. The download is completed successfully. Now type cd your project name to go to the project directory. Open your project in Visual Studio Code. Open .env file. Here, you will see that the default database is set to SQLite, as we use the Composer Create command to install Laravel. First, uncomment this lines and replace SQLite with MySQL, as we will be using MySQL for this project. Here, enter the database name for your project. Copy this database name. Now, we will create the database, so make sure you have started Apache and MySQL in the XAMPP server. Go to your browser and open phpMyAdmin. Click on New. Paste the database name which you have copied and click on Create to create the database. The database has been created. Now we need to migrate the database. Click here and open a terminal. Type the command, php-artisan migrate and press Enter to migrate the database. The database has been migrated. Now go to phpMyAdmin and reload the page and you will see all the tables. For sending emails, we will first use Mailtrap, an email testing tool that acts as a fake SMTP server, allowing developers to capture and view emails sent from their applications without actually sending them to real recipients. In Google, type Mailtrap and press Enter. Click on this link. Click on Sign up for free. Now, sign up using your Google, GitHub, Office 365 account, or your email address. Then click on Login and log in using your credentials. After you log in, you will see an interface like this. We will use the first option, email testing. Click on Start Testing. Now click on My Inbox. Here you will see the credentials like host, port, username, password, etc. Click here to copy the host. We will add this inside .env file. Paste the host inside mail host. In Mail Mailer, replace log with SMTP. Now, we need to enter mail username and password. Click here to copy the username. Paste the username inside mail username. Click here to copy the password. Paste the password inside mail password. Our app is now ready to send and receive emails using Mailtrap. Type the command php artisan serve to run our app. Go to your browser and navigate to localhost 8000 and you will see Laravel welcome page. Scroll down, and you will see that the Laravel version is 11.26.0, and the PHP version is 8.2.0. Now, let's create Contact Controller. Click here and select Command Prompt to open a new command prompt. Type the command, php artisan make controller contact controller and press Enter. Contact Controller class is created inside app HTTP controllers folder. Open contactcontroller.php file. Let's define a method called send where we'll handle the logic for sending emails. First, we will use raw method of Laravel's mail facade to send plain text emails without using a view. Type mail and import mail facade from illuminate /support /facades. Then add : raw, in parentheses add the text hello everyone in single quotes. Then after a comma, add an anonymous callback function with message as the parameter, which will allow us to set the email details such as the recipient, subject, and sender. Now, inside the callback function use $message arrow operator, to, and inside the parentheses, add the recipient's email address in single quotes. Next, add arrow operator, subject, in parentheses add the subject welcome in single quotes. Finally, add arrow operator, from, and inside the parentheses, add the sender's email address in single quotes. Here add a semicolon. Now, we need to add a route for the send method in web.php file. Open web.php file. Define a get route that maps the URL/contact to the send method in Contact Controller and name this route contact.send. Make sure to import Contact Controller. Open Contact Controller. Now, after the mail raw function, add a return statement with the message email sent successfully to confirm that the email has been sent back to the user. Go to your browser and navigate to localhost 8000/contact, and you will see the message email sent successfully confirming that your email has been sent. You can see the page is loading, which means that the email is being sent. Now you can see the message, email sent successfully. Go to Mailtrap inbox and you will see the mail which we have sent. Click on the mail. Here you can see the subject, sender email, recipient email and the message, hello everyone. Now, let's define some variables for the email details such as the recipient's email, subject, sender's email, and the message content. First, duplicate this code and comment out the first one. Define a variable $to email and set its value to the recipient's email. Next, define a variable $subject and set its value to hello from PHP nodetuts. Then, define a variable $from email and set its value to the sender's email. Add a semicolon. Finally, define a variable $message content and set its value to this is a simple email test. Now, in the mail raw function, replace hello everyone with $message content variable. Now, add use with parentheses containing $to email, $subject, and $from email after function, message $message, to make these variables accessible within the callback function. Next, replace janedoe@gmail.com with the variable $to email to use the recipient's email. Here, replace welcome with $subject. Then, replace johndoe@gmail.com with the variable $from email to use the sender's email. Now go to your browser, reload the page, and you will see the message email sent successfully, which indicates the email has been sent. If you check your mail trap inbox, you will see a new email with the subject hello from PHP nodetuts, and here is the message. This is a simple email test. Here is the sender email and here is the recipient email. Now that we have learned how to send plain text emails, let's see how to send an HTML email. First, duplicate this code and comment out the first one. Replace message content with HTML content. Now add an h3 tag and place the text "This is a test" inside it, then add a p tag and place the text "This is the body of the email" inside it. Here, replace raw with HTML. Now, replace $message content with $HTML content. Inside return statement, add HTML before email. Here we forgot to add closing p tag, so add the closing p tag. Now go to your browser and reload the page and you will see the message, HTML email sent successfully, which indicates that the HTML email has been sent. If you check your mail trap inbox, you will see a new HTML email with the subject hello from PHP nodetuts, and here are the texts inside the h3 tags and p tags. Before we create our contact form to send emails, let's take a look at how to send emails using mailables. In Laravel, a mailable is a class that allows you to build and send emails with more complex structures, such as HTML content, attachments, and more. It provides a convenient way to structure and manage email templates while keeping the email logic separate from the rest of your code. Go back to the Laravel documentation and search for mail. Click on this link. Now click on Generating Mailables. Here you can see the command to create the mailable class, which is php artisan make :mail, mailable class name. Click here to copy the command. Paste the command which you have copied and replace order shipped with contact us and press enter. The contact us mailable class will be created inside app mail folder. Open contact us mailable class. Here you will see constructor, envelope, content and attachments functions. In the view parameter, specify emails.contact, which indicates the location of the email template that will be used to render the email content. In the with array, we define the data that will be passed to the email view. Here, we have three variables: name, set to Satish Das, email, set to satishdas@gmail.com, and message content, set to hello, I want to join your company. This data will be accessible in the email template. We're using message content instead of just message to avoid any potential naming conflicts. Now we need to create contact blade view file inside emails folder. In your terminal, type the command php artisan make :view email/contact to create contact.blade.php file inside emails folder. Open contact.blade.php file. Here we will pass $name, $email, and $message content to dynamically insert the values passed from the mailable class into the email template. This way, when the email is sent, it will include the sender's name, email address, and the message content in an organized format. Open contactcontroller.php file. Comment out this code. Here, we will use the mail : to method to specify the recipient's email address, which is janedoe@gmail.com. Then, we call the send method to send a new instance of the ContactUs mailable class. This will send the email using the structure and content defined in the ContactUs class. Now, add a return statement with the message email has been sent. Ensure that you import the ContactUs mailable class. Go to your browser and reload the page and you will see the message, email has been sent, which indicates that the mail has been sent. If you check your mail trap inbox, you will see a new email with the subject Contact Us. Here are the recipient and sender emails, along with the name, email, and message. Now, let's design the contact form. We will use Bootstrap to design our contact form, and to install Bootstrap, we will use the Laravel UI package. In Google, type Laravel UI and press Enter. Click on this link. First we will install Laravel UI package. Copy this command. Paste the command in your terminal and press Enter to install the Laravel UI package. It will take some time to install, depending on your internet connection. So wait for the installation to get completed. Laravel UI package has been installed. Now we need to install the front-end scaffolding using the UI artisan command. Copy the first command. Paste the command in your terminal and press Enter. Now, type the command npm install and press Enter to install the dependencies. Next, use the npm run dev command to compile the assets. Now we need to create a template layout file called app.blade.php inside the layouts folder. Click here and select command prompt to open a new command prompt. Now, type the command php artisan make :view layout/app and press Enter. app.blade.php file is created inside layouts folder. Open app.blade.php file. For this template layout file, we will copy the code from the Laravel UI stubs. Go back to Laravel UI GitHub page. Here, search for app.stub. Click on the first file. Click here to copy the code. Replace this div tag with the code which you have copied. Remove the code for navbar as we will not use it. In the body tag, add class equals bgdark. Our template layout file is ready. Now, let's create a method in Contact Controller to display the contact form. Open contactcontroller.php file. Define a show method that returns the contact form view. This will load the contact form template when this method is called. Now we need to create contact form blade view file inside the views folder. In your terminal, type the command php artisan make view contact form and press enter. This command will create contact form blade view file in the views folder. Open contactform.blade.php file. Here we will add a contact form. First, remove this div tag. Go to your browser and in Google, type Bootstrap and press enter. Click on this link. Now click on the docs link. Now search for form. Click on form control. We will use this form. Click here to copy the code. To save time, I have created the contact form with name, email, and message fields and added it in the content section of the layout. Open web.php file. Duplicate this route and comment out the first one. Replace send method with show. Replace contact.send with contact.show. Go to your browser and reload the page and you will see the contact form. We are not able to see the form label texts. Let's fix this. Open contactform.blade.php file. First replace button class with the following classes. Then in the form tag add FW bold class. Before the form tag, add the text contact us in H3 tag. In the call MD6 class, add text white class for white text. After the H3 tag, add HR tag for horizontal line. Go to your browser, and now you will see the form labels, the form title, and the button, which is now larger. Now we need to define a method in the contact controller for sending emails using the contact form. Open contactcontroller.php file. Now, let's define a method called sendInquiry that accepts a request object as a parameter. This method will handle the logic for sending the inquiry based on the data submitted through the contact form. Ensure that you have imported the request class from the Illuminate \HTTP namespace. First, we validate the incoming request data using the validate method and store it in the $data variable. Then we specify that the name field is required and must be at least 3 characters long. The email field is required and must be a valid email format, and the message content field is required with a minimum length of 5 characters. If any of these validations fail, a validation error will be automatically returned. Now we use DDoK to dump the data and stop the execution, allowing us to confirm that the validation was successful. Open web.php file. Duplicate this code. Replace get method with post, then replace show method with sendInquiry, and in route name replace contact.show with contact.sendInquiry. Open contactForm.blade.php file. In the form action attribute, add the helper function route, contact.sendInquiry, which will generate the URL for the named route contact.sendInquiry. Next, add method equals post. This specifies that the form data will be sent using the post HTTP method. Then we add at CSRF directive, which generates a CSRF token that helps protect our application from cross-site request forgery attacks, ensuring that the form submission is secure. Now, we need to add name attributes in all three input fields. First, add the name attribute with the value name to the name input field. Next, add the name attribute with the value email to the email input field. Then, add the name attribute with the value message to the message text area field. Here, we're using the @error directive to check if there's a validation error for the name field. If there is, it will display the error message using $message. Copy this code and paste it after the email input field and replace name with email to check if there's a validation error for the email field. Also, paste the code after the text area field and replace name with message content to check if there's a validation error for the message text area field. Here, replace name attribute with from message to message content. Open contactcontroller.php file. Replace message with message content. Open contactform.blade.php file. Here replace button type from button to submit. The error messages for the name and email fields are displaying properly, but for the message field, it is showing the error message of the name input field. Let's fix this and also display the error messages in red color. Add AP tag with the class TextDanger and insert $message inside it. Copy this code. Paste the copied code here. Also paste the code in error directive for message text area field. Replace name with message content. Go to your browser and click on the Send button without entering any data and you will see error messages for all three fields. If we enter 3 characters in the name field, empty email field and 3 characters in the message text area and click on the Send button, it will display error messages for email and message content fields. Now, let's enter a full name, email, and a valid message, then click on the Send button. This will display OK and halt the execution of the script, indicating that the validations have passed. Now, to send the email using the contact form, instead of a regular mailable, we will use Markdown mailables. Markdown mailable in Laravel allows you to create email templates using simple Markdown syntax. It helps build HTML and plain text emails easily, with built-in components like buttons and tables, making email design and formatting straightforward. It also supports customization and keeps your email templates clean and maintainable. Go back to Laravel documentation. Look for Markdown mailables. Click on Generating Markdown mailables. Here you can see, to generate a mailable with a corresponding Markdown template, you may use the --Markdown option of the make:\mail artisan command. Let's create Markdown mailable called inquiry to send the email using our contact form. Open your terminal. Type the command php-artisan make :mail inquiry -- markdown equals emails.inquiry. This command will create a Markdown mailable class called inquiry, and it will also create an inquiry.blade.php. Both the inquiry Markdown mailable class and inquiry.blade.php Markdown template have been created. Open inquiry.php Markdown mailable file. Here is the inquiry.blade.php Markdown mailable template. Now, in the inquiry.php mailable class, first add a public property $data to store the form data that will be passed to the email template. Now, pass the $data parameter in the constructor and assign it to an instance variable called $data within the class. This will store the form data for use in the email template. Now, in the envelope method, add the parameter from and assign it the value env, mail_from_address. Here, env, mail_from_address, retrieves the sender's email address from the environment configuration. Open inquiry.blade.php Markdown template. Replace this text with hello, you have got an inquiry. Remove this text. Add an h3 tag with the text name inside it, which will display the label for the corresponding value. Now, within double curly braces, type $data followed by square brackets containing name in single quotes. This will display the value of the name key from the $data array. Add h3 tags for email and message to display $email and $message content. Now, to dynamically set the value of the URL, we need to pass it from the environment configuration using env, app_URL, inside the with parameter of the content method. Open inquiry.php file. In the content method, add the with parameter after Markdown, then include an array and set the value of URL to env, app_URL, within it. Open.env file. Add :8000 after localhost in app_URL. Copy app_URL. Add env, and in parentheses, place app_URL inside single quotes. Open inquiry.blade.php file. Now, pass the $URL attribute to dynamically link the button to the URL defined in the content method. Open contactcontroller.php file. Comment out the DD statement. Now we will use the mail to method. First, import the mail facade. Now pass the email ID in parentheses, on which you want to send the email. Next, we will call the send method and pass an instance of the inquiry mailable class with $data as an argument. Make sure to import the inquiry mailable class. Now, include DD, email sent, to display a message confirming that the email has been sent successfully and stop the script execution. Go to your browser and reload the page. Enter name, email, message and click on the send button. You can see the message, mail sent. Now go to Mailtrap inbox and you will see the markdown mail which we have sent. Here is the recipient email, here is the sender email and here is the markdown mail with name, email, message and a button. Click on the button and it will open the welcome page of our app in a new tab. Now, instead of passing the email address directly in the to method, we will set both the recipient and sender email addresses in the .env file and use environment variables to access them. Open .env file. First replace the value of mail_from_address to johndoe@gmail.com. Now add mail_to_address variable and set its value to janedoe@gmail.com. Copy this variable name. Open contactcontroller.php file. Replace janedoe@gmail.com with env, mail_to_address. Go back to our Contact Us page and reload the page. Enter name, email, message and click on the send button. You can see the message, mail sent, which indicates that our inquiry mail has been sent. If you check your Mailtrap inbox you will see the mail. Here is the recipient email, here is the sender email and here is the mail with name, email and message. Now, instead of the die dump statement, we will use the redirect back method to redirect the user back to the previous page, and then display a success message using the with method. Comment out this code. Use the return statement with redirect back to send the user back to the previous page. Then, we pass a success message using the with method, which stores the message sent successfully, to be displayed on the redirected page. Now, we need to display the success message. Open contactform.blade.php file. We will display the success message before Contact Us text. Here, we use the @session directive to check if there is a success message in the session. If it exists, we display it inside a div tag with the class alert success, and $value is used to display the actual success message. Go to your browser and reload the page. Enter name, email, message and click on the send button. You can see the success flash message sent successfully, which indicates that our mail has been sent. If you go to Mailtrap inbox, you will see the mail which we have sent. Here is the mail which we have sent with name, email, and message. Now that we have learned how to send emails using the contact form with Mailtrap, let's learn how to send emails using Gmail. Before we set up our Gmail account for sending emails, let me show you what we are going to do. Here you can see we have two email addresses. We will use acmemedia@gmail.com to send contact form email inquiries to support.acmemedia@gmail.com. In short, acmemedia@gmail.com will be the sender's email, and support.acmemedia@gmail.com will be the recipient. Now, let's set up our Gmail account to send emails. Go to your browser and open gmail.com. Enter your email address and click on Next. Now, enter your password and click on Next. Click here on your profile picture. Now click on Manage your Google account. Click on Security. Two-step verification is off. We need to turn it on, so click here. Now click on Turn on two-step verification. Choose your country and enter your phone number. Click on Next. You will receive a verification code on your phone number, enter it and then click on the Verify button. Now, you will see a pop-up displaying that you are now protected with two-step verification. Click on Done to close it. Now, we need to create an app password for our contact form app. You won't see any direct link to create an app password, as Google has updated the settings. To access the app password page, navigate to myaccount.google.com/apppasswords. Here add your app name, for example contact form. Now click on Create. You will see a pop-up displaying a 16-character long password. This app password will be shown only once, so make sure to copy it and save it in a text file. I will copy this app password and save it in a readme.md file. Open .env file. Now, we need to configure our .env file for sending emails using Gmail. Open the file in which you have saved the app password. Copy the app password. Replace the Mailtrap password with our newly generated app password by pasting it here. Remove the spaces. In the mail_host section, add smtp.gmail.com. In mail_port add 587. Now, in the mail_username section, add the email address from which you want to send emails and for which you created the app password. Copy this email address and paste it into the mail_from_address section. Now, in the mail_to address, add the email address on which you want to receive the emails. We need to do one more setting before we can send emails using Gmail. Open mail.php file which is inside the config folder. Here, in the SMTP section, add auth_mode and set its value to null, then add verify_peer and set its value to false. Our contact form is now ready to send emails using Gmail. Go to your browser and reload the page. Enter name, email, message and click on the Send button. The page is loading, which indicates that the mail is being sent. You can see the flash message sent successfully is displayed, which means our mail has been sent. If we check the sent folder in the sender's email account, you can see the inquiry email that we sent recently. Here is the email with the name, email, message, and button URL. If we check the inbox of the recipient's email, we can see the inquiry mail. Click on it to view the email. Here you can see the inquiry email which we have sent, with subject, name, message and a button URL. Go back to our contact page and reload the page. Enter name, email, message and click on the send button. As you can see, the email is taking some time to send, which impacts the user experience. To resolve the delay issue, we'll later implement Laravel's queue feature. Here is the email in the sent folder of the sender's email account with subject, name, email, message and a button URL. Here is the inquiry email in the inbox of the recipient's email account, displaying the subject, name, email, message, and a button URL. Before we implement the use of queues, let's first understand what a queue is. Laravel Queue is a feature in Laravel that provides a simple and consistent way to defer the processing of time-consuming tasks such as sending emails, processing images, or performing other background tasks. Instead of making your users wait for these tasks to finish, Laravel Queue lets you add these tasks to a queue, a waiting line, and handle them in the background. Go back to Laravel documentation and search for queue. Click on this link. Here you can see, in order to use the database queue driver, you will need a database table to hold the jobs. Typically, this is included in Laravel's default create_jobs_table.php database migration. Go to phpMyAdmin, and you'll see that the jobs table has already been created, so there's no need to create it manually. If you don't see the jobs table, use this command to create it, and then run php artisan migrate to set up the table. Open.env file. Here queue_connection must be set to database. Here is the command to create the job class. Click here to copy the command. Open the terminal and paste the command which you have copied. Replace process podcast with contact us job and press enter to create contact us job class. Contact us job class is created inside app jobs folder. Open contact us job class file. Here you will see constructor and handle methods. Define a protected property called $data which will be used to store the information passed from the inquiry mailable class. Now, pass the $data parameter in the constructor and assign it to an instance variable called $data within the class. In the handle method, first we create a new instance of the inquiry mailable class, passing $this data from the job instance to it, and store it in the $mailable variable. Then, we use the mail_to method to specify the recipient's email address from the environment configuration and send the email using the send method, delivering the constructed mailable. Ensure that you import the contact us job class. Also import mail facade. Now, open contactcontroller.php file. Comment out this code. First, we create a new instance of the contact us job class, passing the $data to its constructor, and store it in the $job variable. Import contact us job class. Then, we use the dispatch function to send the job to the queue for processing. Now we need to use php artisan queue::work command, which is used to start a worker that listens for and processes jobs from the queue, enabling background processing of tasks like sending emails. Open your terminal. Type the command php artisan q:work and press enter. Go to your browser and navigate to phpMyAdmin. You can see that currently the jobs table is empty. Now go to our Contact Us page. Reload the page. Enter name, email, message and click on the Send button. You can see that the success message is now displayed instantly. Go to phpMyAdmin and reload the page and you will see queue details such as name, payload, etc. Here you can see the status for the job has been changed from running to done. If you reload the page, you will see that the jobs table is now empty, as all the queued jobs have been processed and executed. If we check the sent folder in the sender's email account, we can see the inquiry mail, which includes the name, email, message, and a button with a URL that we sent recently. If we check the inbox of the recipient's email, you can see that we have received an email with the subject inquiry. Upon opening the email, you will find the inquiry mail, which includes the name, email, message, and a button with a URL that we sent recently. Go back to our Contact Us page. Now, let's store the email messages in the database before sending them. Go to phpMyAdmin. Here we will create a table called Messages and store all the messages in it. Go back to Visual Studio Code. Click here to open a new terminal. Type the command php artisan make :model message -m and press enter. Message.php model and messages migration tables have been created. Open messages migration file. Here, we will add 3 columns, a name column of type string to store the sender's name, an email column of type string to store the sender's email address, and a message content column of type text to store the content of the message. Now, we need to migrate the database. Type the command php artisan migrate to migrate the database. The migration was successful. Go to phpMyAdmin and reload the page and you will see the messages table. Go back to Visual Studio Code. Now we need to add the $fiable property in the message model to specify which fields can be mass assigned. Open the message.php model and add name, email, and message content as fiable properties. We will store the messages after the validation passes. Now we utilize models message with the create method to insert the data into the messages table. Make sure to import the message model using use app /models/message as models message to prevent any naming conflicts. Now, add : create and pass $data in parentheses. Now, when we send emails using our contact form, the email data, such as name, email, and message, will be stored in the database before the mail is sent. Reload the page. Enter name, email, message and click on the Send button. The success message is displayed. Go to phpMyAdmin and reload the page. You will see the email data like name, email, and message. You can see the jobs table is empty. Here you can see the status of the job has changed from running to done. If we check the inbox of the recipient's email, you can see that we have received an email with the subject inquiry. Upon opening the email, you will find the inquiry mail, which includes the name, email, message, and a button with a URL that we sent recently. Let's send another email. Go back to the contact page and reload it. Enter name, email, message and click on the send button. You can see the success message. Now go to phpMyAdmin and reload the page. Click on the messages table and you will see the email data such as name, email, and message. If we check the inbox of the recipient's email, you can see that we have received an email with the subject inquiry. Upon opening the email, you will find the inquiry mail, which includes the name, email, message, and a button with a URL that we sent recently. Now that we have stored the messages in the database, we need to display all the messages. We will add a messages route to display all the messages in a table format. Type the command phpartisan make controller message controller and press enter. This command will create message controller class inside app http controllers folder. Open messagecontroller.php file. In this method, we use the message ::all method to retrieve all records from the messages table in the database, and we store the results in the $messages variable, which holds a collection of all the message records. Make sure you import message model. Now, let's use $messages to perform a die and dump on the $messages variable. Open web.php file. Define a get route that maps the URL/messages to the index method in message controller and name this route messages.index. Make sure to import message controller. Go to your browser and navigate to localhost :8000/messages. You will see all the messages stored in the database. Here is the first message. Here is the second message. Now, we need to display all these messages in a table format. Open messagecontroller.php file. Comment out this code. Here, we return the messages.index view and pass the $messages variable to it using the compact function, making the message data available for display in the view. Now, to create view, type the command phpartisan make :view messages/index and press enter. This command will create index.blade.php file inside messages folder. Open index.blade.php file. Here we create a table to display the messages, including columns for the ID, name, email, message content, received timestamp, and an action button. We loop through the $messages collection using @forElse directive, showing each message's details. If there are no messages, a row indicating no message found is displayed. Go back to your browser and reload the page. You will see all the message details such as ID, name, email, message content, received timestamp, and an action button in a table. In this video, we have successfully set up Gmail to send emails in a Laravel application. We covered configuring the environment settings, creating the mailables, and sending emails using Gmail's SMTP service. We also saw how to queue emails for better performance and even stored the email data in a database. This process is essential for any web application that needs to send out automated emails like contact forms, notifications, or confirmations. Thanks for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I will see you in next tutorial. Till then, stay safe.